In honor of the pretty much confirmed successor to the Nintendo Switch and the alleged new Animal Crossing game that may or may not be coming with it, I thought I'd give in to temptation and I would dive back into my Animal Crossing addiction and draw some darling little villagers in what I imagine their human forms to be. I have so many of these baby amino cards, so I thought I'd pull a random 10 or so cards out and draw whoever comes up. Try to get my money's worth out of them, you know? Don't worry about how it only cost me like 25 at most. Don't worry, don't worry about it. I ended up pulling Meringue, Whitney, Phoebe, Ruby, Rosie, Lucky, Bam, Chrissy, Melba, and Punchy in that order, and I decided that will also be the order I will be drawing them in. I whipped out my sketchbook to draw some concept ideas for the little guys. Unlike in my Pokemon video, I only redrew the design if I felt very strongly against it. Like with my first attempt with Lucky here. I tried my best to incorporate their in-game outfits as well as their amiibo card outfits, if they happen to differ from their in-game ones, while also taking some creative freedoms with the designs wherever I thought was possible. Overall, I stuck with my sketchbook designs. I made some color switches in my final designs, like giving a character a different complexion, or using a different shade of a color in their palette to make the overall design look more cohesive. Nothing majorly important. However, a big mistake I did end up making is when I went to draw the background for all of my villager illustrations. I had what at the time felt like a fantastic idea of drawing them in an area on my own island in New Horizons. Of course, my own island is very barren right now on account of me restarting my island again, but I am planning on basing my current island off of Stars Hollow from Gilmore Girls, as accurately as I can manage, which of course includes the infamous Luke's Diner, which currently is just a diner at the moment because again, it is a barren wasteland here right now. Don't worry about it. I hung some in-game paintings from Red on the wall, both real and fake, and I added a little Nook's Cranny in the background as well. I made the diner blue and pink because I thought a brighter, more colorful palette fit the Animal Crossing vibe, more than just the light blue of Luke's Diner. You can actually see me shifting further and further away from the Luke's inspo. Heh. Now where my mistake comes in is how I plan to have all of my human designs sitting in a booth with their in-game / official designs, which means you cannot see the vast majority of their designs because of the fact that they're sitting behind a table. And the angle that they're drawing is at has the table covering everything below it. If I do a sequel to this video, I will be using a different background. I am so sorry for my mistakes. It will not happen again. So first up, we have the beautiful Meringue. She was very easy to come up with a design for. I knew I wanted to make her chubby. Her wiki says she wants to be a pastry chef, so of course she's making that baker's dozen, and she's sampling her work just to make sure they taste good. She allows herself the joy of eating her hard work and does not punish herself for it by forcing her body to burn off all that food. She worked hard on those cakes, and she is going to enjoy them, damn it! I translated her little scarf also into a headband, and despite giving her strawberry earrings to represent her strawberry horn, I did completely forget them in the final design. You will see me forget a lot of things going forward. I was drawing these while working on a plethora of other projects, and was not able to remember everything I gave my human designs. Be better than me. Manage your time wisely. Do not be like me. I gave her a little bow on her blouse and decided to make her have some puffy sleeves instead of the sleeveless chef coat she seems to have in-game. And now here is the final meringue. What a little cutie patootie. Whitney was also so incredibly easy. I gave her her dress from her in-game design and translated her floral shirt from her amiibo card into some flower earrings instead. I gave her silver hair, not because she's a grandma or she's going prematurely gray. I think she would just dye her hair silver just so when she starts naturally growing gray, nobody notices, and everybody, including herself, will be so used to her with the silver hair that no one will bat an eye when the day comes that all of her silver hair is fully natural. I think she would view it as an elegant and kind of way of accepting the inevitability of aging. How gray hair is something she'll end up with eventually, so why not embrace it? Here is the beautiful final Whitney. Next up is Phoebe. I honestly didn't really have many ideas when it came to her. Phoebe is where I started sourcing the character's wiki for inspiration, or confirmation that what I was designing them for wasn't out of character. Her wiki said her name in Japanese, Hinotori, I think I'm saying that right? Hinotori? Translates to firebird in English. So I looked up the origins/general mythology containing the firebird and found out that the firebird is a magical and prophetic glowing or burning bird from a faraway land in Slavic mythology/folklore. So I decided to translate the various markings on her feathers into traditional Slavic tattoos. This is the photo I used as reference, by the way. Hopefully Google did not lie to me and this is indeed a traditional Slavic tattoo design. Hopefully. I thought Phoebe would color in her tattoos with markers or those temporary tattoo pens that they sell. So I gave her red, blue, and yellow to represent her color palette in her in-game design and also used those colors on her nails. I put a fire pattern on her jeans to represent the flame aspect of the firebird. And pretty basic translation, not my proudest work, but we'll live. Anyway, here is the final Phoebe. Ruby honestly also sparked nothing for me creatively upon first glance. I looked up her wiki as well and saw she's albino, and based on the moon rabbit from Chinese folklore as well, so obviously I had to give her little space buns. And I gave them to her towards the bottom of her head to make it a little less basic of a translation. I also noticed while looking at her wiki that her shirt basically is just a shirt with her face on it. So I thought it'd be really funny to change it to a little crop top that just says I heart me on it, because like, that's her. She's obviously a self-love queen if she's wearing her own face on her own shirt, like let's be real. I did give her the bunny on her original shirt a new home at the bottom of her shorts, like as a little patch, and thought maybe she'd steal some of Phoebe's markers/skin pens to draw a little Playboy bunny tattoo thing that he used to do in the early 2000s at tanning salons. Do they still do that there? I don't fucking know, I've never been to a tanning salon. Since she's albino, she can't actually tan since her skin doesn't produce enough melanin to tan, so I think she just draw it on and have it fade like a normal tanning tattoo would. Here's my final Ruby. I think she turned out pretty cute. Rosie! My darling Rosie. Rosie has genuinely been one of my favorite villagers since I got into Animal Crossing with Pocket Camp. I know, I was really late to the Animal Crossing hype. She's so adorable. And she's a cat. I love cats. I have 2 of them. They're my little babies. They're the light of my life. Oh my god, I was so excited to draw Rosie. I knew she'd be a breeze. So I gave her the little Misa Amane hairstyle with the 2 little pigtails and the rest of her hair down to represent her cat ears. And I gave her some little twofers to represent her cat fangs. I kept her dress from in-game, and while she's not wearing the dress in her amiibo card, it is the same design but as a t-shirt. So I felt pretty okay with just giving her the dress. I gave her some little lacy socks and some pearls instead of the collar on her dress, just because I'm personally not a fan of the collar. I don't know how to word it, but I'm just simply not rocking with it. Rosie was around the time that I realized my mistake with the background and the angle I used. So I tried a more dynamic pose with her to try and showcase more of the outfit. And here she is. My beautiful Rosie, look at her. She's just sitting there. I love her. Lucky gave me some trouble. We covered this, and I knew I didn't want to draw him in a full body cast, like the one he's in his in-game design, Because then there'd be nothing to design, he'd just be all cast. And I didn't want to make him a mummy because I thought that'd be taking away from his accident proneness and erasing the very obvious injuries he has acquired from said accident proneness. And, you know, it felt a little ableist to take away the cast completely or turn him into a mummy. So I had to get a little creative. His first design gave me trouble too because I didn't like his in-game shirt on his human design or translating his amiibo card shirt into shorts. All around just got stumped a lot with Lucky. So I ended up just wrapping him up in some band-aids and bandage wrap, gave him some scars and crutches. He has those boots things that they give you when you break your ankle or your foot on each of his feet instead of shoes. But I thought posing him in a way that would show those off would be unrealistic given how he's on crutches and cannot properly move his legs. I translated his bright yellow eyes into him having jaundice, or a similar condition that makes your eyes kind of yellow. I gave him his amiibo card shirt and translated his in-game shirt into some red pants. I also gave him an eye patch since he only has his left eye visible in his in-game design. And now here's my final Lucky. I am so happy I found a design for him that I was actually happy with. I love this little guy. Bam is my guy, okay? He is one of my starter villagers in New Horizons, and he's so goofy. I love this dude. I gave him some blue hair to represent his fur and a man bun because he's just chill like that. He has his in-game jacket and some blue sweats to match his hair. I don't know what else to say. He was just pretty easy for me. This is just simply exactly how a human Bam would look in my mind. Just like this. It's him. It's the guy. And he is Bam. Oh, Chrissy was so easy for me. Big starry-eyed little girl who dreams of making it big someday? Yeah, easy as hell. I gave her a Virgo necklace since she's a Virgo. I think it's something her parents or maybe a friend gifted her, and she would have no idea what the symbol means. She just wears it all the time because it's a gift from a loved one. Pink bow, pink shirt, pink eyeshadow. She's simply just a girl. What can I say? I gave her long blonde pigtails to represent her bunny ears, and she is just oh so happy to see herself as a bunny. They got so much to talk about. The little yapaholics, they'll be chatting at that booth all day long. I hope you didn't have a reservation there or anything. Cause they ain't moving. They're staying there. Melba was simultaneously so easy and so difficult. I looked at her, and I had a few ideas as to where to take her design, but I really just didn't vibe with any of them. I looked at her wiki and saw her goal is to be a professor, and immediately switched gears into teacher Melba mode. I think here she would be working as a TA while she works her way up to being a professor. She's still kind of working to reach her goal, you know? And she'll work with, like, little kids, like kindergarten or first graders, and she'll teach them how to make friendship bracelets at recess, and she'll tie her hair up with a pencil in classic teacher fashion. She'll introduce her kids to silly bands trading one day during friendship bracelet making, and now they trade with her every chance they get because she saved all of her cool ones from when she was their age. I kept her in the in-game dress and used her striped shirt from her amiibo card as her socks. And you know, once it finally clicked for me, Melba felt so comfortable. She is just textbook definition safe space. Here's Melba. We're here! We made it to the end. It's Punchy! I feel like he was very easy too. He's just a sleepy little guy. I gave him some pale blue pajama pants to match his, like, pale blue eyeshadow thing he's rocking. Gave him his in-game shirt very sloppily put on. You can't see it, but he does wear bunny slippers 24/7. Just trust me, they're there. He just doesn't want to risk showing his feet off for free on YouTube.com. Totally not because the pose I chose for him accidentally cut off the bunny slippers. Totally not. I didn't realize it when it was too late. That's definitely not what happened. No, not at all. But look at him. He's so sleepy. He's just taking a little snooze, catching some Z's. Just an eepy little lad. He's adorable. Look at him. And that's it. that's all the little villagers. Look at them, they're so cute. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe and maybe leave a comment if you'd like me to do a part 2. Maybe just some general video ideas, if not, whatever strikes your fancy. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!